So today we're playing on Ambush Pass. Gonna try to do the air transport build I was talking about. In the last game, that guy kept killing me with his air transports. So I'm picking Cybrin for myself, which ended up being the wrong race. You'll see once I build them. Yeah, anyway, I couldn't sleep one night, so I woke up and decided to play that match I was talking about. Oh yeah, I fixed the mouse cursor, which is nice. Now I can actually see what I'm doing in the game. So I'm just queuing up a few metal extractors and then gonna get some power generators going. If I build all 4 metal extractors before I build any power generators, then I start to run out of power. But yeah, so that last game on Seaton's clutch, I was going heavy air focus, and I ended up killing him with that experimental bot. But he had these Tech 1 unit transports, air transports for units, that had just like a secondary defense laser, but they kept hovering over one of my metal extractors and around my base and kept blowing stuff up over and over, and I had all these Tech 3 interceptors and anti-air trying to shoot them down, and it took forever to shoot down because they have so much health because they're so big, and I was like, oh my god, this is ridiculous. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to do a build where I just make those, or I just make these stupid air transports with these little lasers that have like so much health. I was like, I want to try that just for fun, because apparently they're pretty good because they keep kicking my base's ass on that one side. And I was like, alright, so I'm going to switch races. And I thought it was this race, but it turns out it's not, so I'm going to have to try again actually. But this one actually turned out to be really fun. I didn't realize they had so many cool bots from the land factory at this race, so it's got all really cool different kinds of assault bots and artilleries and stuff. Siege bots. And the bots are a little, there's bots and there's wheeled vehicles, and the bots are a little bit better at going through trees and hills and stuff like that, changing directions faster. First, of course, I'm going to build a few engineers with the factory and send them out to collect metal extractors and build power generators. So yeah, I picked this map just because it's pretty much the smallest, simplest map, and I didn't want to play a super long game. This one turned into an hour, which is not the shortest game, but not too bad. So that's just a enemy scout coming in, checking out my base. So these bots are pretty cool. They got lasers and flamethrower things. Basically, when I make a factory, I make a queue of at least one of each kind of unit, and then maybe more than one of certain kinds that I like more. And just put that build on repeat, and that way you get a really nice mixture of units and just kind of see what they're good for. So yeah, it's nice having the cursor now. That whole last game, it was kind of weird to watch, like all these buildings being placed and units being ordered, but you can't see how it's being done. So this map has two small hills and a valley in between, and I set the spawn points on the hills. The last couple times I played this, I set the spawn points on either side of the valley, and I don't think it's as fun that way, because you kind of have to go through this choke point to get to them. Whereas this way, I don't know, it just seems easier. So here's my units moving out, investigating the map here. I realized those multi-weapon assault bots are pretty awesome after watching them fight, so I put a bunch of the production time into them. Build 5 of them for 1 of every other unit. Looks like I'm upgrading that mass extractor to Tech 2 so that I can support a Tech 2 factory. Yeah, that rocket bot is pretty awesome. Multi-weapon assault bot. Really like that one. It's got rockets and lasers, it's pretty awesome. Alright, Tech 2 metal extractor is done. I had the commander assist it in the upgrade, so it went really fast. Now I'm going to put down my airport. And a bunch of power generators, because the airports use a lot of power. And I still don't know yet, when I'm playing this round, that I'm not going to have the air transports to attack with that I'm planning on using. So I'll find that out as soon as that airport's done. Once again, hills are getting the best of the pathing and AI in this game. Hills are really a big problem. Units will just sit on both sides of a hill and shoot into the hill over and over. It's one of the reasons artillery and projectile weapons are nice. They can kind of arc over. So the factory is done, air factory, and I'm building my first air transport here. Decided to make an anti-air turret, I guess. And this engineer is going to capture this metal extractor and turn it into mine. Then I'm going to build point defense and anti-air defense down there. I'm going to commanded this engineer to capture the other engineer before he captures me, and then capture his metal extractor and then build defense. So I'm lucky because the engineer's not running away. If he was moving, I wouldn't be able to capture him. And I'm going to have access to their technology once I capture that engineer, even though I don't really make use of it. It's just, engineers are really like one of the main priorities to kill or capture when you see them on the battlefield, because they can just go around capturing like your stuff. Like they can capture really expensive buildings and units of yours if you're not looking. And they just build buildings and extractors. You need to kill them as quick as you can. So there I'm like, oh look, this air transport is not the right one. I can tell by the shape of it, because the other one was like a big C shape. But I still give them a patrol route anyway to see if maybe they can attack. Here they are. Nope. Nothing. They have no weapon. And now they're getting shot at. But it doesn't matter. They have a lot of health. But at this point, I'm like, oh shit. I picked the wrong race. God damn. I don't know what I'm doing right now in the game, so I'm just like, fuck it, I don't care if they die. I definitely don't really need air transports. Something I used to do in Total Annihilation is multiplayer matches, 1 versus 1. I would just build an air factory very first thing, and build an air transport very first thing, and I would go and pick up the enemy commander. Before he had a chance to build his base very much. And I would just hover him around and I could fly him around. He wouldn't be able to do anything. And I could just build some turrets or something and just hover him over the turrets, some units, and they would just shoot him. And I would win the round. It was so stupid. Such a shitty thing to do, but yeah, pro strats back in the day. I don't know if you can do that. I wonder if you can pick up the enemy commander. You'd think they would not allow that for like obvious reasons, but oh look, this transport made it home. I put him on his patrol route. I don't know what he's gonna do. I don't know what a transport would do if he's patrolling. There's nothing to attack or defend if you have no weapon. So I'm upgrading that mass extractor there to Tech 2 so I can start getting Tech 2 land units. So I can support their cost. Tell this engineer to go capture some metal extractors and build some defenses. Oh, see it all done up here. Go capture these. There's my... Oh, so he does end up building... Oh, no he doesn't. See, it's interesting. When you have 2 engineers... Oh, I see. It picks my race. Okay, so now I've got bombers coming out. And interceptors, so... I've got some aircraft that actually do things. They're starting to bomb the extractors before my engineers can go capture them. Which is good, I guess, because that's less time that the enemy is getting metal. And metal is really the primary goal, because energy is easy to get. Metal, you have to keep those locations defended. Energy, you can build it anywhere. So my bombers are giving me pretty good map control now. And since I upgraded my factory, it wasn't building units for a while. It's still not, it's building its first Tech 2 unit. No, it's still upgrading. So the enemy had a chance to build an army and push across the level. So now there's a small army outside my base. I probably should have concentrated on upgrading the... Should have done something a little differently. Because now they're attacking my base and I have no units. I'm building my first unit.
Under attack.
But it turns out to be okay because the Tech 2 units are coming out and they just destroy Tech 1. So as soon as these Tech 2s are out, they'll be able to take on a whole Tech 1 army. There's a heavy tank. Just Just took out 2 units in one shot, it looks like. Ooh. Got the commander assisting the factory so it builds faster, so I've got a little rocket spider bot coming here. Killed 1 unit at least. Some artillery coming down on him. Somewhere. Oh no, that's bombers. My airplanes are bombing. And there goes the air transport with a tiny bit of health.
Under attack.
He's like, I'm part of the fight too, guys. Blowing up all my power generators. See, in Total Annihilation, the commander could just one-shot all these units attacking me. They took away the D-gun, so... The bombers actually did help a lot. They probably saved me. So I almost cleaned up that army. And there it goes, the last of them. And now I have most of the map too. But this AI is very difficult, even if you take most of the map. He's still not easy to kill because it's an adaptive AI and it changes how it plays depending on the situation on how you're playing. So I have his engineer build a factory over here. Since there's so many metal extractors in this area, it's easier to defend it just to build a factory right there. And the units that come out of it can defend that area. I build an air station right there so my airplanes can refuel and repair. Probably should have built that a while ago, but couldn't really do it when I was under attack. So I built a point defense turret before units came over and attacked and killed my engineers. So that's going to make it a lot harder for them to take that metal extractor. I'm glad I put that as the first thing to build in the order. So I'm upgrading my commander now to have Tech 2 building abilities. So he's going to take a little while. I'm just going to stand there and upgrade. So I've got a few Tech 2 units now built up from the factory, and I'm going to start going across. And you can see that red circle is their attack range. So you can see the forward 3 have a much faster rate of travel. They're a lot faster than those. And they have a longer range. They're pretty nice units, I guess. Fast and have a long range, so. Spider bots, yeah, I like the bots. They do very well on bumpy terrain and trees and stuff. So they're just going to start destroying the Tech 1 units. Easy peasy. I've got a few heavy tanks rolling in behind. some artillery falling on me, so I'm going to move back a little bit before those land. And I've got a side army flanking in from the side over here I'm going to have to defend against, so I tell my units to come back and defend. I guess now that I think about it, it'd be smart to focus on the AA first so that my bombers could bomb it with impunity. So now, build the big guns. The artillery is coming out. Shoot all the way over into his base. Tech 2 artillery. Now that my commander's upgraded. So the faster way to win this game, artillery is generally a waste of time. If I spent the same time and effort on more factories to get more units across attacking him, that would be a faster way to win the game. But I don't play to win quickly, or to win always. But I just like trying different stuff and having fun, and artillery is a lot of fun, I think. Especially long range. Something very appealing about having like just huge cannons shooting all the way across the map. You know, in modern military, missiles have basically taken the place of long-range artillery because they're so much more accurate and fast and versatile and everything, so the old days, giant cannons, pretty cool times, I think. Big guns. A small little Tech 1 army starting to form down here from my factory that I built to defend that little resource cluster. And I'm getting attacked by him from his base. So I defended that army on the right. Now it's dead. And my first artillery is done. And I'm going to build another one. And some anti-air. There goes a shot. You can see it going across. Oh, I don't know what it landed on. Alright, so I'm going to pick a target here for it. I'm going to tell it to attack this Tech 3 air factory. Looks like my factory is just making enough units to defend down here, which is nice. Sending my scout over to see what's going on in the middle. There goes a shot of the artillery. Ooh, something exploded. Or is that just the shell? 3 kills so far. With artillery. Looks like that entire army was defended on the left just by bombers, which I didn't even notice happening before. I just blew up one of his mass storage tanks with that artillery shot. Now I'm building the second artillery. And queuing up a few more. A big old line of artillery there. Build another land factory, I guess.
System enabled.
Creating a mass extractor there. Looks like I'm just building a small Tech 1 army. Or just, I'm making some Tech 1 units, I guess, to go along with the Tech 2s. So now I'm highlighting all my ground units that can attack and telling them to patrol all the way to the enemy base. Because I feel like I have some decent numbers right now and I should do an attack.